A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 5, verses 1 to 12. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. When Jesus saw his ministry drawing huge crowds, he climbed a hillside. Those who were apprenticed to him, the committed, climbed with him. Arriving at a quiet place, he sat down and taught his climbing companions. This is what he said: "You're blessed when you're at the end of your rope. With less of you, there is more of God and His rule. You're blessed when you feel you've lost what is most dear to you. Only then can you be embraced by the one most dear to you. You're blessed when you're content with just who you are, no more, no less. That's the moment you find yourself proud owners of everything that can't be bought. You're blessed when you've worked a good appetite for God. He's food and drink in the best meal you'll ever eat. You're blessed when you care. At the moment of being careful, you find yourself cared for. You're blessed when you get your inside world, your mind and heart put right. Then you can see God in the outside world. You're blessed when you can show people how to cooperate instead of compete or fight. That's when you discover who you really are and your place in God's family. You're blessed when your commitment to God provokes persecution. The persecution drives you even deeper into God's kingdom. Not only that, count yourselves blessed every time people put you down or throw you out or speak lies about you to discredit me. What it means is that the truth is too close for comfort and they are uncomfortable. You can be glad when that happens, give a cheer even, for though they don't like it, I do. And all heaven applauds, and know that you are in good company. My prophets and witnesses have always gotten into this kind of trouble. The Gospel of the Lord.
Good morning. I am Father Jose and this is Coffee with God. Let us now listen to a short reflection on the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 5, verses 1 to 12. The Blesseds of God. This text explains the blessed paths to holiness. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Thus begins the Sermon on the Mount. This morning I am reminded of two heroes of our world who were inspired by the verses of the Sermon on the Mount. Mahatma Gandhi, a man who discovered his path to nonviolent resistance against unjust political structures, and Martin Luther King Jr., who found his power in these very words to begin the political and social reform that he led. What is so transformative about these verses? The depth of these verses will only be understood by those who are poor or those who are willing to become poor to serve others. There are people who become anxious about finding shelter in the next rain or winter. They will understand what it means to be promised of a shelter in the kingdom of heaven. Some are anxious about where the next meal for their children will come from. They will understand what it means to be promised of a time when they will not cry anymore. There are people who live under the scare of bombs and gunshots on a daily basis, where going to a shabby supermarket across the street is a walk between life and death. They would understand what it means to have peace. When we are spared from the miseries of poverty, war, and violence, we are indeed blessed on earth. However, the Sermon on the Mount calls us to action, not to ignore but to reach out to those who go through these miseries. It is through our empathy and action that we can become peacemakers and the blesseds of God. The paths of the blessedness are less traveled, but walk the blessed path, for its stones lead to the stars.